Welcome back to Daybreak. It is 6:29. Governor Greg Abbott is issuing disaster declarations for 16 Texas counties, including Williamson and Bastrop counties.
Later today, he will visit one Austin area town to discuss the state's response to the tornado outbreak.
Bryce Newberry live in Elgin, about 45 miles or minutes outside of Austin, where several homes were damaged. Bryce, how are things looking this morning?
Rob and Yvonne, good morning. We are right in the path of this 14-mile swath of destruction here through Elgin. You can see the damage is still very widespread. There's a lot of cleanup left to do. The preliminary data from the National Weather Service showing that 130-mile-an-hour winds came whipping through here. The path started back in that direction, and that's why it has an EF2 rating, at least so far. But again, a lot of cleanup still to do out here. And we were here on this property yesterday when Lonnie Swanke returned to see it for the first time after fleeing from that tornado. This is a place that he has called home for 20 years. Devastated was the word that he used to describe the destruction. And he and his wife watched as the twister got closer and closer before they knew it was time to get to safety. They had to hide in a closet and listen to how he describes what happened next.
It sounded like a freight train coming through. I've been through one other one, not physically, I've seen it and stuff, but never, never passed over like this one did. So, but just like they say, like a freight train and stuff, you can feel the house just lifting up and kind of setting back down.
I cannot imagine that. Thankfully, they escaped without a scratch, and this morning power is restored for the most part out here. We watched those crews work for hours yesterday, replacing poles and lines. A few people do still appear to be without electricity, though, according to the Encore outage map. So before arriving here in Elgin later today, Governor Greg Abbott will be getting an update on storm damage in Grayson County. Then he's expected here in Elgin around 1:30 this afternoon. Connor Board is in the studio this morning. A lot of people dealing with damage, and she has some tips, Connor, on what to do and how to get through this process. Good morning.
Good morning, Bryce. Yesterday's initial cleanup efforts are just the first step down a long road to recovery for many people in places like Elgin, Gerald, Round Rock, and many other communities. The most important thing is that no one lost their lives, but many lost their homes and others are needing extensive repairs. We sent reporters out across those impacted areas yesterday and got a good look at the kind of damage people are dealing with. Some houses were leveled, others had roofs completely gone, while a common sight was houses with roofs partially missing and panels ripped off the sides of houses. There was also garage damage, fallen trees, and much more. This is tough, so we want to make sure you have the right resources to help you make repairs and rebuild. Here are some ways to get assistance. You can contact the American Red Cross or the Austin Disaster Relief Network's Disaster Survivor Hotline. Those phone numbers are on your screen now. The Texas Division of Emergency Management also asks everyone to report damage to their online damage survey tool. This helps state leaders get federal disaster assistance. We have a link to that on KVUE.com/links. Now, if your home was not hit but you want to help, we do have some reliable ways for you to do that. You can donate to the Central Texas Tornadoes Relief Fund. That's on the Austin Disaster Relief Network's website. It has raised nearly $30,000 so far, and the goal is $500,000. They are also collecting survivor care kits. If you want to help out, look for the story on KVUE.com/links. Yvonne.